The galaxy went silent for a moment. No one could believe what they were seeing. 9 million humans slaughtered live. The cruel alien empire had broadcast the massacre to every inhabited world. Planets watched in horror. Civilians screamed, soldiers froze, and leaders trembled. The images burned in everyone's mind, bodies falling, cities destroyed. Screams echoing across space, and yet, somewhere deep in the shadows, humanity survived. On a hidden colony at the edge of the Varni sector, survivors gathered. They had been waiting for this moment. Preparing for decades, every human knew the Empire would try to break their spirit. And now the galaxy had seen the result of the enemy's arrogance. But humans did not falter. Their eyes burned with determination. Their hearts carried the memory of every life lost. Commander Hayes stood on the bridge of the hidden flagship Phoenix Reborn. Screens flickered with the massacre broadcast, every explosion, every scream. Every death recorded in perfect clarity. He clenched his fists. "They wanted to show the galaxy our end," he said, calm but deadly. "But they only proved their own weakness." The crew nodded silently. Every pilot, engineer, and soldier ready for what was coming. The alien empire celebrated in their grand halls, drinking to the destruction, boasting about their superiority. Yet far from their eyes, humans moved in secret. Ships hidden in cloaked systems, weapons upgraded, fleets prepared. They had survived the slaughter, they had survived the cruelty. And now they were ready to answer. Across the galaxy, whispers began to spread. Reports of missing ships, unexplained power surges, and strange energy signatures. Alien generals dismissed them at first, just stories. Humanity is gone, they said, but every sensor and every scout hinted at the impossible. Humans were returning, and the first strike would be worse than anyone imagined. On the hidden flagship, Hayes activated the fleet's comm system, every ship ready, every pilot trained, every system calibrated. "Humanity strikes tonight." The words echoed across hidden colonies. Each vessel moved like one living organism, silent, deadly, and precise. Years of preparation came together in this moment. The galaxy would soon witness humanity's revenge. Meanwhile, alien propaganda continued. They broadcasted the slaughter as proof of their power. They laughed at stories of human survival. And yet, as their cameras recorded the carnage, a new energy signature appeared near the Varni sector, a blue-white glow moving faster than any known ship. Alien sensors could barely detect it, and before anyone could respond, it vanished from view. Commander Hayes watched the readings calmly. "They see only what we allow," he said. The crew held their breath. They were about to remind the galaxy that humanity could not be destroyed, that no massacre, no cruelty, and no empire could erase them. 9 million lives had been taken, and humanity's answer would be extinction for those who dared to destroy them. The hidden fleet moved closer to the heart of the empire. Silence surrounded them, every alien fleet unaware of what was approaching. The galaxy waited in terror, and somewhere, far from the chaos, humans prepared for the moment to strike. Their patience had lasted centuries, and now, the massacre broadcast would become the first witness to humanity's unstoppable return. The hidden human colony stirred with quiet determination. Ships that had been dormant for decades powered up, engines hummed, shields flared, and weapons glowed with energy beyond alien knowledge. Pilots checked their systems, their faces calm but filled with focus. Every crew member knew the price of failure. Every life lost in the massacre burned in their memory. And now, the time for preparation was over. Commander Hayes walked along the flagship Phoenix Reborn, his presence steady, commanding. "All fleets report status," he said. "Every system operational. Weapons online. Navigation ready." The response came in unison. A fleet of hundreds, moving as one, silent, hidden, and deadly. The galaxy had not seen such coordination in centuries, deep within the cloaked hangars. Human engineers finished calibrating advanced weapons. Plasma beams, energy cannons, and kinetic disruptors gleamed in the dim light. Ships that could vanish from sensors in one moment and strike in the next. Everything had been designed for speed, precision, and destruction. The survivors had studied the Empire for decades. They knew every tactic, every weakness, every arrogance, and they were ready to exploit it. Outside the cloaked systems, scouts reported alien patrols. Ships that once would have terrified humanity now moved unaware. The humans had learned to strike before the enemy could even detect them. Every move planned, every target preselected. Even the Empire's largest dreadnoughts would be powerless against the fleet's first assault. The galaxy's most feared warriors had no idea the storm approaching. Commander Hayes addressed his fleet once more. Tonight we remind them that humanity cannot be destroyed. Tonight we show the galaxy our strength. Every ship responded with silent acknowledgement. Fleets moved out of hiding one by one, cloaks disengaged. Energy flares brightened the void, and still, no alien force could see them until it was too late. From the Empire's central command, officers noticed anomalies on sensors. Energy spikes, sudden gaps in patrol reports. Ships disappearing without a trace. But they dismissed them as minor errors, nothing to worry about. Humans are gone, they said confidently, and that confidence would soon be shattered. For the hidden fleets had already positioned themselves like predators surrounding prey. Silent, waiting, and ready on allied worlds. Civilians sensed a change. Stories of humanity's courage returned to their minds. Whispers of hidden fleets, survivors who had never been defeated. Legends now becoming reality. No one fully understood the scale of the power about to be unleashed. But hope began to spread, for the humans who had been slaughtered were not gone. They had survived, and they were about to answer. The hidden fleet waited for the signal. Time slowed, anticipation filled every ship. Every pilot, every engineer, every soldier knew the role they would play. The galaxy had witnessed humanity at its lowest, 9 million slaughtered live. And now the galaxy would witness humanity at its greatest, the hidden arsenal, the fleets. And the weapons were ready, and when the signal came, extinction would be the Empire's answer. Commander Hayes pressed the control, prepared to engage. Humanity strikes now. Across the void, hundreds of ships moved as one, silent but deadly. The galaxy shuddered as the hidden fleets emerged. And the first strike of human vengeance was about to begin. The Empire would soon learn that humanity could not be destroyed. Not even by 9 million deaths broadcast across the stars. The hidden human fleets emerged from the shadows. Blue-white energy flared across the void. Ships moved with deadly precision. The Empire's patrols detected them too late. Lasers fired, missiles launched, but every attack failed. The humans moved faster, smarter, and coordinated like a single mind. Every pilot knew their role. Every weapon aimed perfectly. Commander Hayes watched the battle unfold from the bridge of Phoenix Reborn, strike the front line. Disable the dreadnoughts. Protect civilians. Move with precision. Every order executed flawlessly. Energy beams tore through the enemy ships. Dreadnoughts collapsed. Cruisers fell apart. Alien pilots panicked. Impossible. They move as one. They anticipate every strike. The first wave of human attacks hit with surgical accuracy. Entire fleets were destroyed before the Empire could respond. Explosions lit the darkness. Beams of energy cut through space like lightning. Every shot was calculated to disable, dismantle, and destroy. Alien generals screamed orders. But the humans had already predicted every movement, every plan, every tactic, every escape route from distant planets. Civilians watched the war in awe, the sky lit up with white-blue energy. Legends of human courage returned to their minds. The stories parents had told were no longer myths. Humans were alive, stronger than anyone imagined. And they were taking their revenge. The human warship fired its main cannon, a pulse of energy that could obliterate entire fleets. Dreadnoughts exploded in a blinding flash. Frigates crumpled under focused beams. The Empire realized too late that they had underestimated humanity. Every attempt to regroup was countered before it could form. The humans struck again and again, relentless, unstoppable, perfect. Allies cheered from observation posts. The tide of the battle was turning. The humans were not just survivors. They were warriors who had trained, waited, and planned for centuries. Every weapon upgraded, every shield perfected, every pilot and crew member prepared for this moment. The Empire's greatest fleets were crumbling before human skill and determination. Commander Hayes activated the hidden systems of the flagship. Ancient weapons long forgotten flared to life, energy pulsed across the fleet. Dreadnoughts shattered, cruisers disabled, and enemy squadrons destroyed. The humans had become more than a fleet. They were a storm, a force that could not be stopped. Alien soldiers could only watch in horror and disbelief. The first strike had been decisive. The Empire had lost thousands of ships in moments. Their arrogance had been their downfall. Humans, thought extinct, had returned stronger than ever. And the galaxy began to understand a single truth. 9 million lives had been taken, and humanity's answer was just beginning. The human warship moved forward, beams of energy cutting through space. The fleet following in perfect formation, the Empire's panic spread like wildfire. Every general knew the fight was lost, and every pilot realized they faced a force beyond comprehension. Humanity's vengeance had begun, and the galaxy would never forget. The first strike of the survivors would be remembered for all time. The human fleets moved deeper into the Empire's territory, every system calculated, every strike pre-planned. Alien worlds that had cheered the massacre now faced the full force of humanity. Ships glowed with blue-white energy. Engines burning bright, dreadnoughts, cruisers, and frigates fell before precision strikes. The Empire's generals could only watch in horror. Every plan they made was anticipated, countered, and destroyed. Commander Hayes stood on the bridge of Phoenix Reborn, calm, commanding, unstoppable. Target supply lines first, then military strongholds. Precision, speed, and discipline. Humanity strikes as one. The orders echoed through the fleet. Every ship responded. They moved like a single organism. Silent, deadly, and inevitable, the aliens scrambled. Weapons fired, shields flared. Missiles launched, but every attack failed. The humans struck with surgical accuracy. Entire fleets disabled before they could respond. Civilian worlds were protected, but enemy strongholds burned. The Empire realized their arrogance had led to their destruction. The massacre that once seemed like victory had become their doom. On planets across the galaxy, civilians whispered in awe. The humans who had been slaughtered were back, stronger, faster, and smarter than ever. Every attack carried the memory of 9 million lost lives. And the galaxy understood the price of underestimating humanity. No empire, no army, no weapon could stop them. Energy beams lit up the void. Dreadnoughts shattered under the force of concentrated fire. Squadrons fell apart in moments. The Empire's greatest ships collapsed like toys. Pilots panicked, generals shouted orders, but humans anticipated everything. Every move countered, every escape blocked. The human warship fired its ultimate weapon. A pulse of energy that bent space itself. Entire fleets disintegrated. Planets shook as energy cascaded across systems. The Empire's soldiers realized too late that the slaughter of 9 million humans had created something far worse. The survivors had become unstoppable, and their vengeance was total. From hidden observation posts, allied worlds watched in awe. Humans moved with perfect coordination. Not for glory, not for conquest, but to deliver justice. Every strike showed skill, discipline, and centuries of preparation. The Empire's arrogance had underestimated them. And now extinction was the price. The galaxy trembled. Stories of the massacre were replaced by stories of revenge. Every star system witnessed the unstoppable force of humanity. Ships moved like a storm, striking with deadly precision. Beams of energy lit up the void. Explosions tore through alien fleets, and everywhere, the Empire's soldiers realized one truth: humanity could not be defeated. Not by fear, not by cruelty, not even by 9 million deaths. Commander Hayes sent a final message to the Empire. Clear, calm, and terrifying. We do not forgive. We do not forget. Extinction is the answer for those who killed our people. The words echoed across every system. The Empire shuddered, civilians cheered, and allies celebrated. Humanity had begun the final phase of its vengeance. And the galaxy would never forget the cost of underestimating the survivors. The fleets moved onward relentlessly. Every ship, every weapon, every pilot in perfect synchronization. The Empire's arrogance had created its own extinction. And humanity's answer was only beginning to reshape the stars. The Empire's fleets were shattered, dreadnoughts reduced to rubble, cruisers disabled, frigates drifting in silence. Alien generals stared at the wreckage in disbelief. Every plan, every strategy, every boast had failed. Humanity had struck back with precision and power beyond imagination. Commander Hayes watched the aftermath from the bridge of Phoenix Reborn. Calm, steady, commanding. Assess damage. Confirm all fleets intact. Prepare to transmit message. The crew worked quickly. Every system reporting operational, every ship ready. The galaxy had witnessed humanity's vengeance. But the answer had to be heard by every corner of the stars. The final transmission was sent. Clear and unwavering, we do not forgive. We do not forget. 9 million lives were taken. And every empire that allows such cruelty will pay the price. Humanity survives. And humanity strikes with precision, power, and justice. Across allied worlds, civilians cheered. On neutral planets, whispers of awe spread. Even former enemies trembled. The legend of humanity's vengeance was confirmed. The lost survivors were more than myth. They were guardians, warriors, and a force no one could destroy on distant colonies. Stories of the massacre were replaced by tales of the fleets, of ships moving like one living organism, of energy beams that could destroy dreadnoughts in moments, of pilots who had trained for centuries to strike with perfect precision. The galaxy began to understand the price of arrogance. The Empire had slaughtered 9 million humans live, and humanity's answer had become extinction. Civilians on freed worlds wept. They remembered the lives lost. But they celebrated the courage of the survivors, the humans who had endured the worst and returned stronger. Across every star system, humanity's power became a symbol, a warning and a promise that no species could commit such cruelty and escape the consequences. The human warship moved through the void, its fleet following in perfect formation. Every system repaired, every weapon ready. The galaxy had learned one truth: humans could not be defeated. They adapted, they survived, they remembered, and when they returned, no empire, no army, no weapon could stand against them. Commander Hayes addressed his fleet one last time. We honor the fallen, we protect the living. And we remind the galaxy that humanity endures, humanity is eternal. And we will never forget. The words echoed across space, and every pilot, every crew member, every human alive felt the weight of their purpose. 9 million lives had been lost. But the galaxy had seen the power of the survivors, and the Empire understood that they had created their own extinction. From observation decks and distant worlds, the galaxy watched in awe. Explosions faded, energy beams dimmed, and silence returned. But the memory of humanity's vengeance remained. Legends had become reality. The survivors claimed their place among the stars. And every civilization understood a single truth. Humanity was unstoppable, and the galaxy would never forget. The age of fear ended. The age of humanity began. Across countless systems, stories were told of the lost survivors who returned to avenge the slaughter of 9 million, and the warning spread. No cruelty. Number massacre. No empire could ever erase humanity. For they remembered, they endured, and they returned. Stronger, faster, and eternal.